All right, Mike D'Angelo with the playlists. Gaten, Lulu, Sean. How the heck are you?
Good. How are you, Mike?
Amazing.
I'm great. Pizza Movie is just appropriately what I would call silly, bonkers, crazy pants, and I
Yes.
really thoroughly enjoyed that. So congratulations here.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
have to imagine this played really well at South by Southwest. How was that experience for you?
Was amazing. We were just talking about this, but South by Southwest was definitely the perfect audience and the perfect festival for Pizza Movie to be a part of. It really belongs there. And I think people really liked it, which is exciting. I know I really liked it.
Me too. It feels like one of those movies where I imagine the experience of making it was almost as chaotic as watching it, maybe.
Maybe
When
more
you
so.
Maybe more so. Okay. So
Yeah.
when you look back on the shoot, what's kind of the memory that pops into your head, or is it just kind of a jumble of chaos?
Oh man, a
It-
lot of basketball downstairs. There was a basketball court in the school, and on lunch breaks, and on times where we didn't necessarily have to be quiet and hold for set. I remember a
That
few rounds of horse, which is really fun.
that one session of pumping iron with Jack Martin.
That's right. There's a gym downstairs, and he blared Foreigner so loud through the school. And we were slugging weight.
Lulu, obviously you were also slugging weight, quote unquote.
you know I was.
That's right. You guys all have this kind of like real friend energy and comedic chemistry that works really, really well in the movie.
Thank you.
How difficult, you're welcome. How difficult was that to then assemble? Like, do you meet each other beforehand and kind of try and, get some of that going? Or are you just like, hope this works? Let's see what goes on.
I feel
Lulu,
like
we'd met a number of times beforehand.
Yeah, we met a few times, and then
Yeah.
we were in Vancouver at the same
Yes, that's
time,
right.
and we were hanging out
We hung out because we had
good
some mutual
amount.
friends in separate
Yeah,
projects we were working on. So we got to hang
yeah,
out a good chunk of time before the movie. But I
yes.
hadn't met Sean before we started working. I want to hear what that's like.
Yeah,
I want to
me
hear what
too. Sean,
from his
what's
end.
your opinion of what happened between you two?
I'll tell you what happened. No, I'm kidding.
Give me the real.
Yeah. What's juicy?
I feel like like Nick and Brian are such amazing close friends, and then Billy's there too, and just there's a sweet group that brought people together, and then and like I don't know with I'm obviously very aware of both their work before working with them, and so it was like I think I was excited when I heard who I was working with. Everyone involved was it's a crazy group that's involved with this. So I guess the first time I met Gaten was at the screen test. I'm a fan, and so going in, I
Oh,
didn't.
thanks, buddy.
So you go in, and then he's just like, I'm improving with him, and you can tell he's just kind of like really trying to work with me, and it's just like, holy crud, like, and he's like that when hanging out, and Lulu's just the same. Like Lulu, like they're just a sweet group that you can like that just feels so relaxed. I don't know. I felt like I was hanging out with like some best friends like throughout
Yeah,
the whole time. It
very
was awesome.
quickly. It was lovely.
Gaten, you're also an executive producer here.
Yeah.
So do you make them call you boss or your highness or set
Yeah,
daddy or
I was
something
just
like
it
that?
just made me it just made me a real prick every day. That was it
Yeah.
was a good green light for me to just be insufferable to everybody involved. Really fun little power trip there. No, I wanted because that's the thing is that when jumping into that new realm of things, it took me a bit to kind of gain a sense of confidence of being able to make suggestions or when things came through, like sometimes like Nick and like when things would come up as we were working things out and script changes were coming to fruition. I think they were always open about asking anybody, but anytime they'd send a text, be like, "Hey, what do you think?" I felt weird about giving honest opinions because the whole point about there's such a huge. I think as an actor, like so many of the things, it's just like you learn your lines, you cooperate, you listen to your directors when they tell you, and that doesn't change. But when there is something that comes up about something you think that may make the process easier, or a suggestion about a riff, or a question you may have of something that you don't think lines up, there was a bit more of a leeway of being able to say, of being able to raise my hand and ask a few questions, which was hard to get used to, but was a fun new dynamic. But very much so, Nick and Brian and our team of producers at American High were very much the spearheads of that realm of things. But it definitely was a new adjustment, and they made it a very comfy experience for me to be able to voice concerns or come up with ideas on the fly, which was very nice. But I don't know if the executive producer thing had anything to do with that, because I think they were also open with that with other casts as well. So maybe that was just a placebo on my end.
But it is fun to make people call you set daddy. So
yes, of course.
maybe
That was always the case. Yeah, that was that. But that's in my rider for everything I do.
Yes.
Anyway,
of course.
that works out.
I was actually wondering how structured this was versus, like scripted versus like you're able to kind of riff and do things, because their tone is very specific and they like things done a certain way. So how much of this is just you guys playing versus it's just a really funny script?
It was a good mix, I feel. Like a lot of the time we would have new pages every morning in our trailer. And there was even one time where they like wrote out in text like a scene, like formatted as a script but in text, like moments before we were filming. So
I forgot that they did that.
Yeah, I think I have a screenshot of it somewhere because I thought it was so funny. But a lot of it was on the fly, but planned out at the same time, because you're totally right. Like they have a very specific vision and they won't stop until they get it, which was amazing and instilled a lot of confidence, I think, in a lot of us, because we knew that at the end of the day, we were going to get what they thought that we needed to get. And clearly it paid off. But yeah, I think it was a good mix of both, because they also were very collaborative directors. If we had ideas, or if we, wanted to say something silly, they would tell us if it was stupid or if it was really funny, and then they would let us do it if it wasn't stupid. So yeah, it was a little bit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Lulu, I was reading your IMDb. It says you have this monster movie that comes out when you're drunk, that kind of thing, called Buzzkill.
Yeah.
If you did a third bad inebriated decisions cinematic universe movie, you could have like a shit-faced trilogy. Did you?
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking about this. Like, I need
dude.
to hit all the substances. Like
Mhm.
that needs to be my new thing. Is just like she's the girl who does movies about drugs and alcohol.
I have a couple pitches. So, Lulu and the Time Traveling Scissorup.
That's good.
That is really good.
Or a movie called Butt Chug Body Swap.
Oh, Butt Chug Body Swap.
That
is
sounds like
something
a body horror. That sounds like along the lines of like a human centipede type situation.
Oh my god, yeah.
That sounds scary.
I need a treatment.
Like an insane B horror movie, body horror.
Pizza Movie 2, Butt Chug Body Swap.
Butt Chug Body Swap.
It's beautiful.
I'm telling you guys, that's what I'm going to pitch.
That's good.
So this movie has several different types of trips that you guys go on because of the steps within this drug. What was your favorite to depict while on set?
Sean, I want to hear what you got, because your perspectives make me giggle.
Yeah, my gut would probably be the truth telling. But I also very much enjoyed the Secret Sixth one.
Yeah.
Secret Sixth one.
There was so much, there were so many different cool cinematography things going on, as well as just having well, I don't know, I don't want to put any spoilers, but there's certain nightmares around that were funny to see on set, and then just being crawling around with these two was a lot of fun. So maybe that one was high up there and pretty memorable.
Amazing. They're going to kick me out here, but Gaten, I'm not sure if this makes me a good or bad dad, but my 7-year-old has seen all of Stranger Things.
Oh, good.
And
this is a phenomenon I'd love to study more, because the amount of kids that are able to watch shows like it and be completely fine.
Totally fine.
Scared me growing up were things in kids' shows. I have an irrational fear of the Count from Sesame Street. Yeah. And let alone if I watched Stranger Things growing up, I would be petrified.
Yeah, he's drawing Demogorgons at school. He's got bed sheets that are Stranger Things. His birthday party is literally this weekend. It's Stranger Things themed. So
that's awesome.
I'm going to do the thing where I ask you to wish my son Dash a happy birthday.
I was gonna suggest it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Could you do that for me?
I would love to. Are you kidding me? What's your son's name?
Dash.
Dash? Sick name. Dash D'Angelo is a sick name.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I worked on it real hard.
He's turning 7?
Yes, he's turning 7.
Amazing.
He also wants to know your favorite monster from Stranger Things.
This is good. Dash, I'm assuming you are seeing me say this. I'm wishing you a very, very happy 7th birthday. You are a braver man than I. My favorite monster in Stranger Things. I'm there's lots. I want to go with something other than a Demogorgon, even though that's kind of the primary. I'm gonna go with like the second phase of Demogorgon, where it's like kind of like cat sized or like
Demodog.
medium dog size. Yeah, Demodog size. Those are fun because not only are they scary, but they thrive in teamwork. They run in packs, and I like that about them.
Amazing. You've made me officially a cool dad, so I
Heck
appreciate that.
yeah,
And
that
thank you
sounds
all
great.
for the time. I really had a blast with this one. So everybody see it. Congrats again.
Thanks,
Thanks so
Mike.
much for the time.
Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Bye,
Appreciate it.
guys.
Bye.